Forest fires have been ravaging Athens, leaving trails of widespread destruction in their wake as authorities have issued orders of mass evacuation. The valiant efforts of the firefighters and residents have not been enough to end the fires as they advance through the Grecian landscape, raising everything in their path to ash. The residents of Greece witnessed their entire livelihoods disintegrate as the deadly fires consumed houses, wildlife, hospitals, and more. While the fires have diminished in most parts of Athens, they still remain active in localized fronts around Greece, spreading to its suburbs. Authorities say the threat from the fires will continue into the better part of next week. Greece has experienced its hottest recorded summer ever this June and July. The risk of wildfires increases with hotter and drier weather conditions. Greece is not alone in meeting record high temperatures. The United Kingdom recorded its hottest day of the year yesterday as a yellow health warning was issued. Italy and France too have issued warnings of extreme temperatures to residents and tourists as swathes of heat envelop Europe. Climate scientists have pointed out how the continent is heating up at a much higher rate than expected. A study published recently by the Barcelona Institute for Global Health pointed out how heat waves have claimed the lives of 47,000 plus people in Europe last year, with the hottest year ever recorded being 2023. The research findings emphasize treating the rise in temperatures as a legitimate health crisis. The study also highlighted the difference in adaptability in different regions of Europe to the expected rise in temperature, with southern Europe experiencing the brunt of the extreme heat but also being the most adaptable. The Climate Change Service at Copernicus has been monitoring and mapping out the changes in the Earth's makeup over the years. The head of the project expressed surprise over the changes seen in 2023. According to the data collected by Copernicus, heat-related deaths have increased by an estimated 94% in the European regions monitored in the years 2000 to 2020. Additionally, it has charted increases in anomalies for the annual air and water surface temperatures in Europe to show how it has been increasing specifically since 2020. This increase in temperatures by nearly 1.2 degrees Celsius above the pre-industrial level proportionally increases adverse impacts to health while infrastructure does not sufficiently adapt to the charted change. An increase in the risk of cardiovascular disease is one of the health impacts recently documented. Extreme heat increases the risk of death caused by cardiovascular disease, according to studies published by the American Heart Association and JAMA Cardiology. The former also pointed to how forest fires exacerbate the risk of heart attacks due to the change in air quality. As the world's most rapidly heating continent, Europe is a witness to the deadly effects of climate change. Under the Paris Agreement, countries agreed to substantially reduce global greenhouse gas emissions in order to limit it to 1.5 degrees Celsius above pre-industrial levels. The UN reports that countries' commitments to reduce greenhouse gas emissions under the Paris Agreement have contributed to minimizing the projected global warming by the end of the 21st century from 3.7 to 4.8 degrees Celsius to 2.4 to 2.6 degrees Celsius or even lower potentially. While there is still much room for improvement, this demonstrates that commitments made under the Paris Agreement have made a difference.